counting numbers is supposed to be one of the easiest first things you learn in a new language. So today on my journey to becoming fluent in Polish, to bringing Polish back to my family name and making my ancestors proud, I'm going to learn how to count to 100. I'm sure this will go smoothly, especially given how notoriously easy Polish is. All right, we've got this article, How to Count to 100 in Polish. Happen to need a guide on how to count to 100 in Polish? Don't worry, learning Polish numbers is easy as 1, 2, 3. Now, I do know how to count to 5 in Polish because my grandparents taught me that when I was younger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. But let's see what this article has to say. So yeah, we just need to kind of start off by learning just 1 through 10, all right? That's kind of the easiest part. 0 seems to always be 0 no matter what language you're learning. It seems like Polish is no different.
Zero.
0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear how these are pronounced.
Jeden.
Jeden. Okay, 1.
Dwa.
2. Kind of sound like an accent on the A there.
3.
Ch. Just another ch sound. Okay, let's see. Hold on.
3.
Ch. Okay, so that RZ there is really not like a zh. It's not ch. It's like ch. All right. All right, we'll get there. 4 is
4.
4. 4. 5. So it's not, I guess I thought it was pinch. Pinch yourself.
5.
5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 6, which just looks like cześć, which means hello. 6.
6.
6. 7. 7.
7.
Siedem or siedem?
7.
Siedem. Okay. And then osiem.
8.
Osiem. Hold on. I'm not sure if the I is really getting pronounced there, if it's just like a sh sound.
Osiem.
I think it's just shem. Osiem. Here's where it's gonna start getting ridiculous. Okay, so 9 is dziewięć.
9.
Dziewięć. I feel like that I is not getting pronounced there. Just dziewięć.
9.
And then 10.
10.
I mean, those are objectively the same thing except for one letter. See, I knew this would be easy. Okay, I have a pen and I have some paper and I'm going to write these down because I firmly believe that writing things down makes it easier to remember them. So 9 is the one with the W. 10 is the one with the S. You know what? I think I can remember this easily because in Spanish, obviously, okay, 10 is 10, but 9 in Spanish is nueve. So that's not similar. Dziewięć and 10 is 10. Okay, well, at least here it seems like for the teens, it's just the same more or less, and then you add this ashcie. So how do you pronounce that?
11.
11. Easily what will be one of the hardest things to learn about Polish. What makes it so difficult is how different it is from English. 11. 11. It's just not even close. And it's longer. Like, am I crazy? I feel like words on average in Polish are just longer than English. Okay, average word length in Polish versus English. Okay, yeah, Polish has a longer average word length than English, which figures around 6.36 letters per word. Polish is 5.195. I feel like those are both small numbers, but I feel like that's a huge jump. Polish is a more synthetic language with a richer system of inflections, which often results in longer words than English, which is more analytic. Interesting. Maybe Polish is more expressive on average. 12 is 12.
12.
12. It's not like dwa. The D is kind of like hard, like a hard D.
12.
12. 13.
13.
13.
14.
14. Okay. At the end of the video, I'm going to, without looking, count to 100. That's the goal. Honestly, that might be a little ambitious. I don't know. This is obviously harder than I thought it would be. 14, 14. So it drops the Y, and instead of 4, it's 14. This language just sounds so much more like angular, like just I'm in a box. 15 is 15. So wait, 5 is 5. But 15 is 15.
15.
15. Oh my god. So you do pronounce that T kind of.
15.
15. It's easy to trip over your tongue on like that T in the end there. 16. 16.
16.
16. Okay. 17. Oh wait, without looking. So on 7 is. See, I already don't remember. My eyes are closed. I'm not cheating. 8 is 8. Wait, what's 6? I don't remember. 7. Okay, all right. 17. You just add the nastia to 7. 17, 18 is 18, 19, 19, 19. Pronunciation will always be the bane of my existence as far as this language goes, at least for the foreseeable future. Okay, and then 20 is something completely different. Okay, so for multiples of 10, it gets like a j in it, and it's jeschi. But 20 is, wait, what? So 20 is jeschi. Wait,
20.
20. Oh my god. Okay, so it gets like this j, which makes sense because 10 is 10. But then 30 and 40 are the same but end in an I. And then the rest of them are the same but end in an ont?
50.
50. What? And then 100 is just 100.
100.
100. That audio is weird, right? Hold on.
100.
100. Okay, so yeah, it is just 100. It's normal. So for some reason, multiples of 10, 20 ends in ya, 30 and 40 end in e, and then 50 through 90 end in ont. Why? It's probably better to not wonder why, or you'll just end up further down a rabbit hole with no hopes of getting out. So 20 is 20.
20.
So that CI there is just a ch sound, right?
20.
But that's the only one that ends in a, as far as multiples of 10 go. So 30 and 40 are end in e. So that'll be pronounced jeschi. So tjeski.
30.
I'm gonna have to get really comfortable with the sh and ch sounds. My Polish ancestors, please be proud of me, okay? This language is ridiculous. So 30 and 40 end in the I, 20 ends in the A, and then the rest of them end in A tail with a T, so ont. 40. So that R sounds like it's really like getting rolled there.
40.
40. All right, now for the rest of them, it's gonna end in the ont. So 50. Right?
50.
50. Okay, so that C is like getting hidden. It's like kind of not pronounced there. Writing that out is crazy. 50. And I feel like my handwriting is terrible, so it just like looks even worse. That's crazy. 50. Okay. All right, and then 60. Okay, so 6 is 6. So there's this 60. Okay, making the ancestors proud here. All right.
60.
60. See, this is one of the reasons that languages are just so fascinating to me, because there's so many possible combinations of sounds and writing systems and letters, and like that's a language. This is a language. This is a real language spoken by millions of people, like 40 million people, who collectively, when they say the word 50, they say 50. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Language learning is addicting. Okay, so 70. 70.
70.
I wonder, like, is there any rule for like why like this is SIEDEM, like, and this is SZ? Like, why is it not SZEDEM or like OSZEM for 8? I don't know. So 70. 80 is 80. So 90 is 90. It's like two totally different words that are just like jammed together, basically. So 90, and the C with the accent, 10. And then 100 is 100, which I feel like that's just a troll. It's just a troll. It's kind of a troll language, okay? 70, 80, 90, 100. It's like, bro, come on. Okay, putting it all together. For the most part, Polish numbers are really easy. Once you get past 20, you make numbers by just naming the tens place and then the ones place. Okay, at least it's set up like that. That is good to know. So 42 would be 42. 89 would be 89. That is how you say 89 in Polish. That is how you say 89 in Polish. 89 is 89. 9. That C with the accent is a ch sound, right? I'm not crazy.
9.
9. If you're not just naming numbers, but instead are counting something, the words for a few of the numbers can change. One, for example, would be jeden for masculine nouns, jedna for feminine nouns, or jedno for neuter nouns. Similarly, all the endings up to the number 4 change depending on the case. Coming from English, which doesn't have alternate forms of numbers, this can be a bit confusing, but once you got these down, you'll be ready to tackle the rest of the Polish language. Okay, so basically, all the endings up to the number 4 change depending on the case. Okay, let's find a different article to clarify that. So the gender of numbers. All right, so in Polish, you get used to changing the ending of adjectives to suit the gender of the associated noun. Okay. Got that. That's straightforward because that's in Spanish and Portuguese. Numbers are similar, but fortunately only the first 2, which makes life simpler. Okay, I guess I thought this said it was up to 4. So what's the right answer? Kot, which means cat, jabłko, which means apple, kobieta, which means woman. Okay, we learned that in our Duolingo series. Okay, Duolingo is not useless, as we see here. So it would be jeden kot, jedno jabłko. So if I want to say I have 1 apple, so it's mać, so it'd be mam. Ja mam jedno jabłko. It would not be mam jedno jabłko. See, it's just hard because it's like jeden, but then like the N comes after the D for the neuter and feminine. Wait a minute. I feel like this makes no sense. Hold on. They're changing. So neuter apple. Oh, is that because it's plural? So there's 2 types of plurals? So that's what this was talking about. Similarly, all the endings up to the number 4 change depending on the case. So it's talking about plural. Oh my God. I'm slowly starting to see why this is like basically the hardest language to learn, like as far as European languages go. So, okay, hold on. Let's just make sure. So if I want to say 5 cats, 5 kotów. But if I say 2 cats, 2 koty. And there's 3 you have to remember because there's masculine, feminine, and neuter. My brain is fried upon discovering this. So 2, 3, and 4 plural is 1 ending, and then everything else is another ending. Oh, and great. For feminine, it doesn't even get an ending. And I'm going to guess that there's like irregulars. If I had to guess, there's probably irregulars. So saying numbers that are like 21 or like 35, numbers like that are like a little higher up there. You just say 30. And then you would say 5. 35, so 5 is 5. So 35 would be 35, right? Please be right. 35.
35.
And so if I wanted to say 35 cats, it'd be 35 kotów. 35 kotów. Now if I wanted to say 2 cats, it would be 2 kot, right? 2 kot, 2 koty, because obviously it's plural. But it would be jeden kot, because that's masculine. So kot is masculine. For some reason, kot is masculine. Okay, so let me just try to count from 30 to 40. So 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 30, oh God, I don't know. 31. So maybe, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. No, why do I keep forgetting what 7 is? 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, I just learned it. 7. 7 is 7. That's like, I should remember that because it's kind of like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because 10 is like 10 in Spanish. Okay, I feel like I got that down. The teens is like that nastie. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 15, right? 15.
15.
15, 16, 16.
16.
Oh my God. 17, 18, 19, 19, and then 20 is completely different. 20. My goal is to be able to count to 100 by the end of this video. That might take a really long time, to be honest with you. 20.
20.
20. I guess it makes sense because like all these other ones, multiples of 10, are like 10 and then something. And this is got the 2, so 2. 20. So 30 is 30. 30. 30. So 30 and 40 end in the I. And then 40. right? 40. 50 is, so it's like 50. 50. Right, actually, that's right. The C is silent. I wrote that down. Okay. 60, 70, 80, 90, 90. Is that really it? Oh my God, that's really it. 90. And then 100 is just 100. Okay, I think to really sear this into my brain, I have to go to work later today. I'm just gonna try to silently count to 100 in Polish all day. Okay, so multiples of 10. 10 is 10. 20, 30, 40, and then 50. Oh boy. Oh. 50. 50 is 50. And then, so 50, 60, 60. Oh my God. So E, S, accent, C with an accent, D, Z, I, E, finally an actual vowel, then SI, which is just a sh sound, and then nasal A and a T. So 60. I feel like for a long time in learning this language, I'm just gonna have to like kind of try slowly to speak it. If I try to speak too fast, I'm just gonna trip over all the words. Whew. Okay, here we go. This is going to be attempt number 1 to count to 100. I'm not honestly sure how this will go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, he's got the T, 16, 16, I don't know if that's right. I'm not going to look right now. 16, 17, 18, oh my God, 19, 19, and then 20 is 20, 20, 21, 20, 22, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 20, 10. No. 30, 30. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, oh my God. 34, 35, 30, oh my God. 35, 36, 37, 30, right? 30, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40, right? 41, 42, 43, 44, 40, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Okay, 50, 50, 50, 51, 52, 53, 50, 10, 4, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. My lips hurt. That's weird. 65, 67, 68, 69, 69, 80. No, 70, 71. 70 is a little easier to pronounce. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 70, 10, 6, 70. Did I say 75? 70. 10. 10. 70. 6, 77. 70. 8, 79. 80. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 80, 6, 80, 10, 6, 80, oh my god, 87, 88, 89, 90, almost there. Oh my god, 90, right, that's 90, 90, 91, 92, 93, 10. Let's bleep that one out. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 97. Did I say 7? 8. 9, 10, 7, 99, 100. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope I made my ancestors proud. I hope I made all of you proud following me on my journey to bring Polish back to the Zapinski name. I did want to say I think it's super cool that people pointed out that in Poland, my name probably would have had an accent over the N. Nothing in any language makes sense to me right now. So it'd be Zapinski, right? Zapinski, something like that. Thank you so much for watching.